Okay, so I'm back up on the roof. I have absolutely no desire to be here right now, but the work must continue. Been working a lot, so I'm getting a late start. I plan on detaching this downspouts mounting straps, but otherwise leaving it connected, so it'll be kind of dangling to give me access to prep behind here. Bits too big, God willing this is the right one, and it is. Okay, cool. Wow, that is not a finesse tool, is it? 1, 2, number 3, and number 4. There we go. 45-degree angle roughly, because it's a half hip. This might not even work, but it's the best thing I have. Yeah, I don't like this a little bit. All right, let me unlock this side. Most of this stuff's actually fairly easy, and then there's a couple things where it puts your heart in your throat. Jeez, this is one of them. See, I could do this and step on it from this side, but I want to instead do it like this, staggered, one rung down, and there we go. And tuck it in as close as I can, keeping it out of the gutter, leaning against the house, but it's also leaning me down the hill. I don't really like this. I don't really like this. I think what I'll do is I'll use this as far as I feel comfortable, and then I'll come up with something different for this last little section. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to partially clean this up just quick with a dustpan and throw it into an empty 5-gallon bucket that I have, and then I'm going to drop it back out, and I'm going to sand this section here while I have everything I need except for the hose set up. So I want to try to take this out. This board down here at the bottom is really deteriorated from chronic moisture exposure. So that's sort of my plan. Then I'm going to sand. I might scrape, I might even burn again, but probably not. And then I'll take as much of this as I can out of the job. Then I plan to move over here and get this sanded. I think that's an attainable goal with the time I have left. All right, so I cleaned up a lot of stuff that was on this drop cloth here. And I'm going to use this thing here. It's actually a floor scraper for getting into corners, to get into these undersides, to just sort of chip them out along here, try to get into some of these other spaces. And I figured out why pulling across the grain was working. It's because these are cupped. That way the blade's not skipping across. So that's something. But see here how I sort of cleaned this up to right here. Pushing instead of pulling is more effective. So I'm going to try to cut all this silicone out. And I'm going to have to do it up top too. So it's going to be a lot of boring stuff. But the better, you know, the more you do, the better it's going to look in the end. So it's worth doing. what? It's doing nothing. So at the end of this video, I was trying to edit it in a way that it would have a goodbye, and I just couldn't figure out how to get it that way. But in the upper left corner of the front elevation, there's that trim piece, and it has like a bead in it. It's white, it's not the body color. And it was fighting me because it didn't have any alkyd paint at, you know, or primer or anything like that. So it's just latex. And latex doesn't respond favorably to heat. It gets gummy. It doesn't lift up and allow you to scrape it off. But at the same time, it will peel and blister and come off in sheets, which is why this whole project has started in the first place. Because I bought the house in 2016, and one day in 2018, I go out to walk my dog, and there's big blisters of paint in the yard because it was windy that day. And I'm like, I automatically knew what was coming because of my time in the building trade. So anyways, it's nice when you just put heat on it, you scrape it, and then you sand it, and then you prime and paint it, and you know, you're done. And when the latex gets involved without primer underneath, out oil-based primer, it becomes a nightmare. So anyways, I'm going to continue to crank these episodes out. I kind of have it figured out on how I want to edit them, and so I'm pretty excited about it. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, keep following, like, and subscribe for more. I'll put the videos out a couple times a week. I have a year's worth of footage and backlog, probably more than that. So the uploads aren't terrible anymore. So I think my new idea is viable. So I really appreciate you watching.